Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Rakatham, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, they were well, and the salute and the Shalom to all Akim that are out there laboring and pushing this truth in all sincerity and in truth. Alright, this is a question to Iuic. Since they are now teaching, well, they've taught this for a long time, but they're saying that a man having multiple wives, they're saying that's adultery, right? So this is the question to Iuic. So is Abraham an adulterer? Is Isaac an adulterer? Salakia. No. All right. Is Abraham an adulterer? Is Jacob an adulterer? Is King David an adulterer? Is King Solomon an adulterer for having multiple wives? Right, because Abraham's wife was who? Sarah, right? And then Keturah, right? Let's see. Not sure how to spell Keturah though. Okay, but first let's get Sarah. All right, Genesis 17. Genesis 17 and 16. All right. Genesis 17 and 16. All right. It says, let's see. Okay. Genesis 17 and 15. And Yahweh said unto Abraham, as for Sarai, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be, right? So Sarah was Abraham's wife, all right? Now let's get Genesis 25 about Keturah. Let's see real quick. All right, Genesis 25 and 1. It says, thus saith Yahweh. It say, Genesis 25 and 1. It says, then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Sarai. Her name was Keturah, right? And she bare him Zimran, Jokshan, Median, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua, right? So Abraham other wife was Keturah, right? Now, let's get Jacob, right? Let's get Jacob. Come on real quick. Okay. All right. This is Genesis 29. Let's see. It says Jacob's years at Haran. All right. Let's see real quick. All right. Let's see. Let's see real quick. I don't want to read the whole thing. Just trying to get to the. Okay, here it is. This is kind of Genesis 29 and 16. Right? Say, and Laban had two daughters. Name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. Right? And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, my younger daughter. And Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee, that Khan says, then I should give her to another man, abide with me, right? And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days for the love he had for Khan, for the love he had to her, right? And Jacob said unto Laban, right? Give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her, right? So, right, so, yeah, so Jacob, not Jacob, but, all right, but Rachel was already promised to Jacob, right? It says, and Laban, and Laban gathered together all the men of the place and had a feast, and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. So Rachel was already promised to Jacob, right? But Laban brought in Leah, his oldest daughter, and Jacob had gone unto her, right? And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for an handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Leah, what is this thou hast done unto me? I did not serve with thee for Rachel. Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me, right? And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country, to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou hast labored, so like which thou hast served me yet 7 other years, right? And Jacob did so and fulfilled her week, and he gave Rachel his daughter to wife also. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah, his handmaid, to her to be her maid. And he went in unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him 7 other years. So Iuic. Now Jacob had 2 wives, just like Abraham did. So is Abraham and Jacob adulterers? Iuic? Because Jacob had already gone in unto Leah, right? Then he went unto, or then he went in unto Rachel. So once again, Iuic, is Abraham and Jacob considered adulterers because they had more than one wife. Now, let's get, I know it's in the book of Samuel, just not sure where at yet. Let's get this. Come on, here it is. Let's see. Where is it? I know it's probably in 2 Samuel. Okay. This is 1 Samuel chapter 30. 1 Samuel chapter 30. Alright. Chapter 30, verse. Real quick. Okay. Is it? Let's see. Okay, here it is. Got it. This is 1 Samuel chapter 30 and verse 5. It says, and David's 2 wives were taken captive. On the north, I guess, the Jezreelites, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal, the Carmelite. So King David had more than one wife, Iuic. So is King David considered an adulterer just because he had more than one wife? He also had Michal, right? Saul's daughter, he had her also. Now, let's read 2 Kings, chapter 11. 2 Kings, chapter 11. Let's see. No, it's 1 Kings, chapter 11. Okay. Here it is. All right, 2 Kings, chapter 11, verse 1. Right? It says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonianites, and Hittites. So, Iuic, King Solomon had multiple wives. He had more than one woman. He had more than one wife. So, Iuic, is King Solomon considered an adulterer just because he had more than one woman? Now, it says this in the law. I know it's in Deuteronomy. No, Khan. It's in the book of Exodus, chapter 21. Let's get this. Exodus 21 and 10. Now, Iuic, you all claim to be all about the law, right? Well, here it is. It says, let's start up. No, I just started. Yeah, 10. It says, hold on. Well, let's see. Okay, let's get verse 7. Go down. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she go not out as the men servants do. If she please not her master, who had betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed to sell her into a strange nation. He shall have no power, seeing he hath dealt deceitfully with her. And if he have betrothed her to his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters, right? If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not diminish. Now, let's get the word diminish real quick. Let's get the word diminish. Yeah, it ain't gonna be long. Exodus 21 and 10. Diminish. Let's get it. Diminish in the Hebrew is the word garai. Alright, garai. It says shall not diminish. Now diminish means to restrain, withdraw, keep back. Right? So if a man has a wife and he takes another one, okay, he still has to take care of his first wife, right? He can't just not deal with the other wife, right? He cannot just stop dealing with his first with his first wife. He can't do that. He has to take care of both of them. Okay? So her food, her raiment, her duty of marriage, it must be kept. Okay? All right? It cannot be kept back, man. It cannot be taken away. Okay? All right, man, and it's all right, man. All right, man, and the multiple wives come up because these females, they have an issue with it. They don't like it. Why? Because they are used to the Western world, man. They are used to the Western customs. Okay? Now, the ancient customs, the Eastern customs is different. Okay? Now, I watched this documentary about the Middle East and the cultures in the Middle East, right? They went to Dubai, right? He was either Elam or Ishmael, right? And the guy asked him, right? He said, "How many wives do you have?" Right? And I can't remember how many he said he had, but Elam or Ishmael asked the interviewer. He said, "Well, how many wives you got?" He said, "I only have one." And he laughed at him. He laughed at him. Why? Because a man can have as many women as he wants. That's just what it is, man. A man can have as many women as he wants. Right? Now, a woman can only have one man. Right? And sisters love saying this shit. Right? They love saying, well, since a man can have more than one woman, then I should be able to have more than one husband. No, you can't. You cannot do what a man can do, man. You can't do that. All right? Because you sisters are not on the level of a man. You're not. Let's get this. Let's get you Genesis 3:16. Here it is. This is this is Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, right? Childbearing. And thy desire shall be to thy husband. Your husband. Not husbands, but husband. All right? You can only have one husband. That's it. Right? It say he shall rule over thee. Right? So the man must take care of you. All right? To say what he that begetteth a wife getteth a possession. So women are property. Right? Now, no man in his right mind will just treat something that he owns like shit. Ain't no man gonna do that. All right? All right? So the man must take care of his wife. He don't have a choice but to do that. Now, IUIC, they love taking this scripture out of context. Alright. This is the book of 1 Timothy 3 and 2. IUIC, they love taking this scripture out of context. Right? Here it is. It says, alright. It says this. But I started 1. It says, this is a true saying. If a man desires the office of a bishop, right, a position of a bishop, he desireth a good work, right? A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife. Why? Because he has the office of a bishop, okay? Right? And the office of a bishop is a great responsibility. So he has to do what? He has to be he must be focused, right? And he must have his concentration on what? On the work, right? On the office of a bishop, man. That's what it's talking about. Okay? Because a woman can be a distraction, right? So if a bishop has more than one woman, guess what? He won't be able to do the work. Why? Because he would be distracted, right? Because women, they need time and attention. Okay? Now, when a woman don't get a lot of attention and a lot of time with her husband, she gets upset, man. She gets pissed off. Okay? That's common sense, man. It says this. A bishop must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, right? Sober, in good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, right? So if you have more than one wife and you are a bishop, you won't be apt to teach. Why? Because your 2 wives will distract you, man. Okay? Because they want to go shopping, they want to go to the movies, right? They want sex. So if you are constantly all right, man, so if you have 2 wives, you won't be able to teach, man. You won't be doing the work. That's it. Why? Because women are a distraction, man. Now, Paul said what? He said, I wish that you were like me, right? Let's see. Oh, what is it? Let's see. Come on, man. This might be it, not sure. Let's see. Let's see real quick. That this is good for the present strength. I say that it is good for a man. Now let's get this. Right? Let's get 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. Alright, I thought this lesson was just going to be real short, but hey, it's all good. This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. Right? It says, but I'll store it up. It says, God says, I'll start at 27. It says, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife, right? But if thou says, but, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. So if you marry, cool, no big deal. You ain't wrong for that. Right? Says, thou hast not sinned. If a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Says, nevertheless, shall so like such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. Right? So you will have trouble in the flesh. Right, man? Your woman will want to spend time with you. Right? Your wives will want to spend time with you, man. Right? They will want to go shopping, want to go to eat, all this, man. Right? They will want to do Netflix and chill, man. Right? They will want some loving. But it says this. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Why? Because the time is short, man. You won't be able to spend as much time with your wife as you would like, or as she would like, man. See, can't remember how it's spelled. I mean, it's like how it's worded. What is it, man? Damn. Let's see, real quick. Okay, here it is. This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 8. Right? Says, I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. Now, did Paul have a wife? No, he didn't. Okay? So he said what? I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. Right? Even as I mean what? What, man? Not married, not have a wife, not have a husband. Right? All right, man. So it's better not to have a wife. Why? So you can focus on the ministry, man. So you can do the work. It says what? Be instant in season and not a season, right? Well, see, man, they are constantly teaching some bullshit. Constantly teaching some bullshit, man. Constantly teaching some bullshit. All the time, man. All the time. Ridiculous. And Nate is cool with it. Nate is cool with it, though, man. Make no fucking sense. Let's get this. This is 2 Peter 1 and 2. 1 and 10. It says, wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fall. Right? What's the other script, man? Let's see. And I can't think of that scripture for nothing. And I go to it all the time. Okay. All right. 2 Timothy 4 and 2. All right. Second Timothy 4 and 2, it says this. Preach the word, being instant in season and out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Iuic. The question is, once again, do you consider Abraham, Jacob, King David, and King Solomon of being adulterers, since they had more than one wife? Since they had multiple wives. That's the question, man. And I'm going to need answers. Since you all keep preaching that bullshit, I need answers, man. Because that's ridiculous. Oh, hold on real quick. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. The book of Isaiah 4 and 1. Isaiah 4 and 1 says this. And it kind of says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So when all hell break loose, all right, man, these sisters, that they will be looking for a man of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? All right, and multiple women will take hold of one man. Let's get this. All right, man, because there's more women than men. Don't you know that, Iuic? There's more women than men. So it doesn't matter if every man in the whole world was in a relationship. There's still going to be single women. There's still going to be single women, man. Now, let's get this. All right, the last verse. So like the last scripture. This is Isaiah 60 and 21. So like in 22, it says, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten in his time. So how can you become 1,000 in a strong nation with just one woman? How? Because it takes what? 9 months to bring forth a child. I know, I have a child. See? So how can you become 1,000 in a strong nation with just one woman? That don't make sense, man. But yeah, so Iuic, that's the answer, man. That's the question, man. I need answers, man. Is Abraham, Jacob, King David, and Solomon, are they considered adulterers because they had multiple wives? That's the question. I need answers. Shalom.